All right, party people, it's Ryan, living in Cambodia, sharing what it's like to live in the Kingdom of Wonder with you. Today, I want to do a tour of my apartment. I've waited so long to do this. This is a pretty good option in a serviced apartment because, well, I'll explain that later. But I'm right outside my building here. That is where I live, down in BKK1. Millennium apartment, great little spot down a quiet street, straight down that road, BKK Market, very close. That road right there is Mao Zedong, which is a main east-west road in Phnom Penh. Here comes the charcoal guy. We got our lady who makes cane sugar juice out here. Yeah, this is it. This is my apartment tour video. Phnom Penh, Cambodia, BKK.
Y'all don't know people like this. 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 Y'all don't know people like this.
This is the parking garage. And we got cars coming through. I park my bike right here. Top-notch security, 24/7. Double elevators. Let's head up to my apartment. Whoop. Hello. Hey, puppy. Hello. Oh, you're holding the door for me. Thank you very much.
Is that the GoPro? Is it a GoPro thing?
No, it's like a GoPro. Yeah, so I was gonna say security is good because you have these cards. One's for the elevator, one's for my apartment, and I have to scan to get to the floor I want. And our apartment is also accessible via scanning card. So let's start right here in the front hallway. This is our little coat rack thing that we bought down around the corner. This stuff is really cheap to buy. See the little burn marks? So they heat it up and then bend it. So it's kind of a thing around here, so we like it, and we have a few pieces like that around the house. Classic Bill's hat. Got a hat rack. It's kind of more decoration than anything else. And then a pile of shoes here, helmets, and we each have our own little basket to store our stuff in. Pretty big hallway here. I like the wooden floors. This is one of the things that attracted us most about this place. We will get into these doors here in a bit, but let's move on this way. This is an empty water bottle. So I get my water from downstairs. There's a convenient type store that does these jugs of water, and I'll just grab one of those and carry it up here. It's pretty heavy, but it's $1, so it's super cheap, and I just have to bring back the bottle and grab a new one every time. We're gonna go into the kitchen. You can see right here is a picture of flowers. All the decorations in the apartment came with the place. And let's look at this piece right here. This is a thing that we bought. We needed drawers. We needed something about that high. We didn't want to spend too much. So one of the issues we had with this apartment, the sink didn't really have a space to do a drying rack for the dishes. And what we ended up doing is buying this and putting it on here. It worked out fine, but it was a bit of a hassle because you got to find one that has a thing that you can dump easy. So this is basically the kitchen. Now, if you look at the original video from this, you would notice that the island right here wasn't there. It was just that one set of counters, and it's just not enough. So we had this made. It was about, I want to say $120. I think we saw a photo of it and just had him adjust the height. So he made it in a few days and delivered it. We got these stools again from the place around the corner. And the kitchen has this little space back here, which is nice. The fridge is tucked in back here, and we put this shelf here. It's perfect for what we needed. This is our water source that we actually drink from. It's where we keep our water. And this is mostly food. And this is also food, but this is stuff that we need to package up because the bugs will get into it. So it's all sealed up. And then we have our oven here. We bought this at the home, I can't remember what the name of the goddamn store is. And then the microwave down here came with the place. We don't use it that often. There's an extension cord you can see there that we'll just plug into the wall over here whenever we need it. Usually for the oven, we'll either pick it up and move it on this counter spot, or we'll put it outside on the on the balcony to cook because it does heat up the apartment. And this, we got a candy count going. We bought some candy in Canada, Coffee Crisp, Canadian thing kind of. I am obviously eating way more candy than Sarah. We got our mocha pot. However, it doesn't work on the induction cooker, so I actually had to buy that thing just to use the mocha pot. Under here, lots of space. We keep a lot of our pots and pans and stuff under there. There's no hot water in the kitchen, which is pretty common in Cambodia. This tap here is actually an attachment that we use. You can see how kind of gross that is. That's dirt. So we've only had this on for maybe a week and a half, and that gives you an indication of how dirty the water is. Some people say you can drink it, but I mean, look at that. It's not for drinking. We're not drinking this water still, but it does clean it for our dishes, and if we're using the water to clean vegetables. Or the tap itself is nice and handy because it spins, it has different settings. But check the description below if you want to get one of those for yourself in Phnom Penh. We change the filter once every few weeks, and it's like $2 or something for the filter, so it's not expensive at all. So what came with the place is pretty basic stuff. These plates, these small bowls only, no big bowls. Some of those glasses back there did, just the very essentials. This is basically coffee and blender stuff. So we turn around here and we see the living room. Really not too much space if you think about it, like just enough space to walk through kind of. But we did like the big huge windows.
I like this.
And we have big huge windows on both sides. This one's actually a balcony. So that really appealed to us. Also, I said the wood floors, but the wood cabinets as well. Just something a little different. Everything was so white when we were looking at the serviced apartments like this. So in the original video, you'll see the couch is turned facing that direction. TV is here, but we basically flipped it around just to, I don't know, it felt better for us. But I do use the TV for editing. This is my workstation. So this is where all the magic happens. And sometimes we'll also play video games over here. This is not, I'm not saving, this is shampoo. I used to bring that to the gym, but I just didn't want you to think it was something weird. Picture of The Graduate, one of my favorite films. And I bought this computer chair. It's kind of comfy. It's not great, but I didn't want to spend too much. I like to keep this here just to remind me how hot it is. It's currently sitting at 30 degrees. It's actually cooler than usual. It's been nice lately. Usually it's 32 degrees in here all the time. We bought this TV. We bought it because we wanted a bigger TV. We wanted a second TV. The coffee table came with the place. The couch came with the place. The couch actually folds into a bed when you lift it up, so you could have people over and they could sleep over. It folds out. I'm not going to do it now, but there's a bit of space down there for storage. And this chair is, I don't know, no one's ever sat in this chair. Came with the place. And back towards the kitchen, you can see how small it looks from here. You can see this building over here. They haven't touched this building in like 5 years or something. So we were worried about it being under construction when we first came here. This big building that is under construction is literally a crane right there. That scares me, but the windows are like solid. But nothing, not a peep. Decent views though. If you look down here, it's pretty green, and a little bit of a temple thing over here. So the way we keep this place cool, the sun rises over there. So this will be closed like up until the afternoon, I guess. And I always keep this door open, just try to get some breeze going through, but the breeze is pretty non-existent most of the time. It's a major problem with this apartment, actually. The fact that this window over here doesn't open, so we don't have any opportunity for cross breeze. The wind will not want to come in through there because it doesn't have any place to escape, I guess. But if I open this door, the front door, I can feel a breeze usually. I can start to feel the breeze kind of cycle through. But sometimes we'll hear this noise, which is the wind just like going underneath that door, just blowing through that door and out into the hallway. So it does get hot in here. But we do have the fan over here, cools us down. And we also have air that comes out of these. So this is the air con. We don't have the wall unit that most apartments do. It's more of like a central air, and this control panel controls it all. It's on fan mode right now. It's always on fan mode in here. We only ever use the aircon in the bedroom. So I don't really know how I feel about this style of aircon. If I turn the bedroom on, there's the aircon turns on, and then these, even though just the fan's on, will start blowing the cold air from the aircon, like it is grabbing the air before it goes through and blowing it out into this room, but also into the bedroom. So I don't know. And if I want to turn the aircon on in the living room, I have to have this one on as well, because this is like the master control. And I don't know, it doesn't really make a huge difference because we never have the aircon on in here, but I prefer the ones that, like the wall units that you usually see in the apartments. Here's another little cabinet that we got from the place around the corner. These bottles are actually lights. And let's go out onto the balcony. So this is on the 7th floor, which is nice. Even though there's a lot of green space there, we don't really see too many mosquitoes in our apartment. Just every once in a while, like there'll be kind of like a season of mosquitoes, and we'll get a couple bites in the evenings when we're sitting on the couch, but usually it's pretty good, no problems. And the view is nice as well. When we first moved in, this was a playing field, and it was a sports field that people rented out. We watched people play ultimate frisbee, rugby, Australia rules rugby, all kinds of sports. And then they built all this stuff. They built these giant buildings, and look how ugly this one is over here. It was unfortunate, kind of ruined our view a bit. It's still a nice view, but I'm just hanging up some gym clothes here. But we usually hang some laundry there. Oh, and look at this. This is where all the magic happens on the Itchy Feet on the Jeep channel. It's where I sit. Usually it's a tilted chair like that. No dirty running shorts. And I'll put the tripod out here and shoot in through there, zoom in and get a nice shot. And I don't abuse children. Decent washing machine, LG, simple enough. The only problem is it drains out into the drain there, and the drains aren't good enough, so it floods out here a little bit, like just gets the floor wet. Not a big deal, it's all just soapy water. But I do have to remove the mat that we have here, and usually I'll remove the table and chairs because I set up the drying rack, which is here, and which that folds out, and we hang all our clothes out on that. Okay, I guess that's about it for in here. I believe the apartment's around, I want to say 85 square meters. It's not very big, and I would say it's not big enough. Here's the bedroom, and you will notice, oh, listen, Sarah's coming home. And look at this. There's like patio doors separating the hallway and the bedroom. Hi! I'm doing a tour of our apartment. So this was strange. When we first saw this, I was like, I don't know about this stupid thing. But now I think it's good. It's useful. If you open those up, you can get a little bit of a breeze around the circle, and it also lets some light in because there's no windows in here. There's a window in the bathroom, but no windows in the bedroom, which is not a bad thing because you want it dark, first of all, and you want to keep it cool as well. It's the only place we run the AC, so it's not a huge bedroom, which is good as well because we don't need to cool down a giant space. At first I was weirded out by the whole glass door. Like I felt like somebody would just like walk in one day and just sit there and watch me sleep, but that never happened.
Nobody did. Well, you did it to me.
I did it to you a bunch. I like to like peer in from there and just see if Sarah's still sleeping, and then bring her in coffee if I see her stirring. Nice cupboards, decent closet space. This is where I pick out my outfit, a shirt with bananas on it and stuff like that. And the bed's nice and big. This is our own bedspread we brought actually back from Canada on our recent trip to Canada. But they do provide bedding at this apartment, but we don't really like that idea. We want to use our own, so that's what we're doing. Bit of a vanity here. Let's have a look at the back of your shirt. Oh no, this is the front of your shirt. What have you done? You put your shirt on backwards. All day you had that on backwards?
Show people our stuff.
All right, let's go to the bathroom here and have a look inside our bathroom, which is pretty good. I like the bathroom. Look at this is the highlight of the whole tour, everything. It's the futuristic toothbrush holder that Sarah bought. She was super excited about. And you just pop your toothbrush in there and it's like it's floating.
I love them, they're so pretty.
Yeah, they're cool. I don't know. What else do you need to know about this?
No.
Soap. We use soap sometimes.
People don't want to see where you poop.
This is where I do my pees and my poos. Now sometimes over here I'll do a pee in that drain hole there while I'm showering, but I never do poos in there. That's only occasional pees. We have another one of these wickery type things, rattan I believe it's called, that we keep in here. But the shower's nice because you can just walk in. The floor's a little wet now because I just showered, but the shower head that filters the water, you can see the dirt that's come through. Not sure how it works exactly, what all these other extra things are, but handy to have. Again, look in the comments or the description. There'll be a link how you can get one if you're in Cambodia. Good, nice and easy place to shower. Walk in, get everything wet, but it dries really quickly. We also keep a bucket down there in case Sarah drinks too much, so we just grab that bucket real quick, put it over there by the bed, so when she's lying in bed after a night of drinking, she can puke in it. And I think that's pretty much it. Do you want to add anything to this?
No, I don't really have anything to tell these idiots.
Oh, what's going on here?
Oh, shit.
Drinking the crud. And oh, how much should we pay in rent?
What do you mean? You pay rent.
I haven't paid rent.
You pay rent.
$7.50 a month.
You've been paying rent, right?
I have been paying rent. I'm just joking with you. Okay, let's head up to the pool and we'll have a quick look there at the pool and the gym. All right, pool time. Here it is, the pool. So there's rooftop. Not bad, not bad. Nice views this way as well. You can see the river over there. So we got some loungers. So I'll come up here in the middle of the day when it's super hot. Oh, there goes one of the cleaning ladies. And yeah, just lounge in the shade. I like that it's green. It's very green. It's quiet, pretty quiet up here, and it's usually pretty cool, you know, if you're not in the sun. Let's check out the gym and spa. Ta-da! The Stairmasters, bicycles, ellipticals, more bicycle type things. Treadmills, this is where, oh, here comes somebody. Hey, there's me. Nice to have a bag to punch in case I get angry. Some free weights. These machines here. There's a woman's restroom / change room over here, and a men's one over there. Aircon units, big, 2 of them. That's about it for the gym. Up here we have a sauna. This is the Amazon sauna. And that's pretty good. You get it pumped up nice and hot, and then you do cycles between the pool and the sauna. And then the steam room here. I've never actually used it, but it's an option. Last but not least is this garden area. It's a little windy up here. Hopefully you can hear me. But oh, it's so nice and breezy up here. This is kind of a cool little bonus area. I don't like come up here often, but there's a pond up here. But it's a cool spot, and it attracts some wildlife. There's a praying mantis that's been hanging around, and some birds as well. Bench here. And if you look up here, oh, they've cut them down. This is a banana tree here, though. Bananas do grow on there. Well, here I am back in my apartment, and I am signing off. I hope you enjoyed this little tour. And I also want to clarify the reason that I waited a full year. We've been living in this apartment for a full year. The reason why I'm putting this video out now is because we're actually moving. So this is the apartment that we are living in for just another week, and then we're headed to our new place. I don't really like showing my apartment and where I live when I'm still living there, because there's a lot of weirdos out there who will come and stalk me. I get it all the time. There's a guy right there. Hey, quit stalking me, you. I think it's a great building. I like the location, I like the apartments, but the thing is, it was just a little too small for Sarah and I, so we decided to upgrade. And the next video you see probably will be our adventure in finding the apartment. So stay tuned for that. That'll be out probably next week. And that's it for this video. Bit of a different one for me. No sitting in front of the washing machine, just walking around with my hand out, and my arm's getting pretty tired now, so I guess it's time to go. So take care, comb your hair, and we'll see you in the next video.
Prefer when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. Pray for good health. One day I'm really gon' ball. Fuck around and buy the whole mall. Breaking that cake. Flexing 700 in the bank. Not a superhero, I don't save. Look at my face. Look at my grades. Don't match up, no love. Look at date. I just fade. When I hit the jack, you can keep the pie. Every night I gamble lifestyle.